What's going on, my Flyby family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. We got to talk about it, man. Mike Brown getting fired from the Sacramento Kings. It's egregious, man. It's egregious, bro. I mean, this is asinine work right here by the Kings, bro. We're about to get all the way into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit 250, so if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it. Alright, so let's talk about it, man. So if y'all know about what the Kings are doing right now, basically they're having a pretty bad season, right? It was on a stretch. I think they lost their 5th game in a row after that big loss to the Pistons after a closeout from Fox on a 3. He ended up fouling. Turned the game into a down 1 situation in 3 seconds with no timeout. Boom, game over, right? So at the post conference, he ended up calling out Fox and the majority of the team, right? I want y'all to hear this.
Aiden shouldn't have had an opportunity to even shoot a 3 because we told our guys, first of all, if somebody catches and their back's to the basket, foul them. And they dribbled for 8 seconds and we didn't foul them. So that's the first thing. But the second thing is, you know, if you're up 3, you gotta guard your man at the 3-point line. And there should be no closeout opportunity. No closeout opportunity. We told them that they know the only thing that can hurt us is a 3. And I need to go back and watch the film to see exactly where Fox was, but there was no reason for there to be a hard closeout. We were okay with them scoring a 2 at the rim, so you should not be in position to help at all. You should be hugged up to your man at the 3-point line. Everybody should. Tough loss that, at worst, should have gone into overtime. At worst. Because there shouldn't have been a closeout to any. There shouldn't have been a closeout to any 3-point shooter.
Now, I think he kind of realized that, I threw Fox under the bus just a tad bit. But, I mean, everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. If you watch the play thoroughly, Fox should have been up on the 3-point shooter. I'm like, what are you looking at? Why are you fading down to the paint? But he was saying it in the interview like, hey, we need to pay close attention to detail. But I do want to touch on the fact that they got rid of Barnes for DeRozan. I didn't understand that trade, man. The Kings, when Mike Brown won Coach of the Year, even the year after, they seemed like a threat. And the reason they seemed like a threat is because of the 3-ball hitting they were doing. And then the ball movement. They were moving the ball very well. Now you put DeRozan on the team. There are situations where DeRozan will get the ball and he just like dribbling it out. He's slowing the game up. Like his game style does not fit what Mike Brown was trying to do with the Kings. Why would you add DeRozan who don't even hit the 3-ball like that? You took away one of your best 3-ball hitters to put somebody that don't necessarily shoot 3s on your team. It didn't make sense. If anything, I would have think you would have traded to try to get some defense. They ended up getting DeMar DeRozan, and it just didn't make sense. Even this season, he's shooting 30% from the 3. And if you look at Barnes, look what Barnes doing, man. He's shooting 40% from the 3 right now. You traded for somebody who needed more time with the ball and needed to shoot mid-range shots to get going with somebody who could spot up and hit the 3 for you. I mean, it just didn't make sense, man. It didn't make sense. And as you can see, their season is not looking good because DeRozan is not gelling with this team, fam. When I saw that trade, I was like, that trade is not moving me, fam. Now, Fox had a few questions thrown at him after the fire, and it just seemed like Fox didn't care, bro. He didn't care at all. I'm gonna let y'all hear this.
What was the plane ride like? Like, what was it like being there and finding it out and you all kind of wondering what was going to happen there?
So we left a little bit later because, things have to happen, after, figuring out who the next head coach is and things of that nature. But Doug addressed us before we took off, and after that, the plane ride was normal. I went to sleep.
As a player, like when something happens like this, any pressure or guilt you feel when something big happens? Like
Pressure or guilt?
Like when something gets fired, do you feel like from a play standpoint?
I mean, obviously, we all know the job that we have. You can be traded at any point, released, cut, fired, whatever it may be. I mean, I wouldn't use the word guilt, but you know, that's the nature of the job that we have. But I mean, obviously him signing his extension this summer, we felt like, you know, we'd be together, you know, a whole lot longer, but that's the decision that they made. But at the end of the day, too, you know, he's still getting paid. You know, it's a great part of being an NBA player, being an NBA coach is those things can happen, but his contracts are guaranteed, so.
Fam, his whole demeanor gave me, bruh, I don't care. Because, one, he called me out in that interview. He called me out in that interview so he could suck it. And then you guys are looking trash, so I want to be traded anyway. Fox do not care at all about any of it. And I wouldn't be surprised he asked for a trade soon. Fam, I would be surprised. So I was scrolling on Twitter, and Sharms ended up tweeting this. It was 3 hours ago. I'm making this video now. It says Sacramento Kings guard De'Aaron Fox has reportedly requested a trade from the organization. Sources tell ESPN De'Aaron was seemingly upset over the firing of head coach Mike Brown. Wow. I mean, in that interview, it felt like he didn't want to be there no more, man. So it's crazy that just happened. And I felt his energy. I felt his energy through the interview, man. It just felt like he didn't care. So look, De'Aaron Fox trying to get out of there. I mean, at this point, man, they in rebuild. Why would you get rid of one of the best coaches? One of the best coaches for you. The man just won Coach of the Year like a year and some change ago. And you fired him. That's crazy work, fam. And he just signed an extension as well. Now, Mike Malone, man, he ended up talking about the whole fire as well. If you remember, I think Mike Malone was fired by the same person who fired Mike Brown. So he had some very strong words to give them as well.
And I go into the meeting and the coaches say, "You hear about Mike Brown?" I said, "Why? What happened?" They said he got fired. And at first I was really shocked and surprised. Then I caught myself. So why am I shocked and surprised? For two reasons. One, because as an NBA head coach, ultimately you're going to get the blame. When they win, it's going to go to Sabonis and Fox. When you lose, it's going to go to Mike Brown. That's the way it works. And two, who he works for. So I'm not surprised that Mike Brown got fired, because I got fired by the same person. And what really pissed me off about it was the fact that they lost last night, 5th game in a row, I believe. Tough loss, fouling a jump shooter. They had practice this morning. He does his post-game media, and he's in his car going to the airport to fly to LA, and they call him on the phone. No class, no balls. That's what I'll say about that.
Hey, I agree with Mike Malone 1,000%. If you can't get in the man's face, have a conversation, and shake his hand at the end of the day, that's coward behavior, man. In NBA fashion, this fire happened. The coach come, team not even that good, does a great job his first year. Second year gets a little shaky or whatever. Still was a decent season. Then they want to try to change players around. They change for the worse, not the better. And then all of a sudden, they want to point fingers at the coach and say it's the coach's fault. No, it's y'all fault, man. It's y'all fault. Why did y'all put DeRozan on this team, bro? It just didn't make sense to me. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Kings firing Mike Brown. Do y'all think De'Aaron Fox is going to go to another team? Do y'all think he's going to finish it out this year on the Kings? Do y'all think the Kings have a chance to become a championship contender in the next 3 years? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.